Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Down the Rabbit Hole News. I am the rabbit. Look, we're going to have a little conversation, just a little quick conversation, okay? Yesterday I did a live. Make sure you guys check it out. It's in the description box if you haven't watched it yet. We talked a little bit about Street's Scientology audit, William Gude and his assault. Okay, we all saw it kind of play out. We saw some of those videos. There's many videos out there, many great channels talking about it. But somebody had emailed to me the young man that had assaulted William. Okay. And apparently he's very vocal on his IG about it. So let's talk about it. And I want you guys to tell me your thoughts in the comments as we're reviewing this. Okay. This is what he posted on his stories, IG stories. He says, "This is my side of things, which I think is completely justifiable. I went to an event last night at a location I had no idea something bad had ever happened at. Instead of protesters giving me knowledge about the situation that happened to people who might have not even know, they are instantly harassing anyone in the building. Instead of shining the light on the situation, they're doing more damage. No one wants to be harassed and falsely accused of supporting things like this or being called a ton of names because of their appearance. Is not the way to get your point across. You should be talking to people so they can better understand the situation and can be on your side. Don't get in people's faces shouting that someone's a junkie, supports rape, etc., without even knowing the person. What good is they doing for your cause of protesting? Now I'm reading it in verbatim, but I'm sure they meant to say, what good is that doing for your cause? You're insulting people and getting them to the point of aggressively needing to defend themselves from you. You're calling the female we are with a bitch and other names. Your protest is to support a woman and her unfortunate situation she went through there while degrading another woman for being at a bar she had no idea this took place at. Had all of us known this, we absolutely would not have gone to this establishment. We had heard nothing about this. As for all the things they are saying I did, those are false. I also never once used any type of racism, considering the majority of my friends are different races. If you if people would show the full live stream, you would clearly hear and see the harassment from the get go, and this was a total matter of self defense. As for being armed, you guys pushed me to the point of saying this to get everyone away from me. A giant group against one person? Absolutely not okay. Again, I apologize for anyone who felt threatened or hurt, but I was put in a situation of fight or flight, pushed to the edge with people basically screaming my name to the point of almost touching. I do not condone what happened to the girl in this bar whatsoever, and this is something I will stand for every day. No woman should ever go through that. But I also don't condone harassment like you guys are doing. Finding people's families, girlfriends, kids, etc., and threatening them and harassing them is not okay ever. Everything shouldn't been everything should have been avoided completely last night. Please protest by letting people know what happened here. Let people know why you're protesting you're and you're upset without being aggressive and calling people's names. This doesn't help anyone in the end. I skate, I foster animals, and I just try to provide and give back to my family and the skate community. I don't have hate in my heart, and I work hard to fix my mental health. I hope everyone watches and reads this and can truly see that I didn't mean any harm and I was completely protecting myself. And then he put in here, last day on earth, I'm tired of being here. Um, yeah, it also sounds like people were sending him threats like, "Go kill yourself, you buffoon." Um, Let me stop right there. First of all, I don't think it's okay to tell people to go off themselves. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I think we have to be very careful. As far as this young gentleman who I don't know his name, I also feel like he's deflecting from what actually happened. I mean, a lot of us saw the clips. If he feels like that was self-defense, I didn't see William put his arms or hit anybody or anything of that nature. To be called a name and then you go physical, that is like, listen, I get called names all the time. I don't ever go physical on anybody. Um, that's just how it is. You can't go physical on folks. You can't be doing that, right? And you also broke this man's nose. So I think that if you're truly sorry, the right thing for you to do is you go to the authorities and you let the authorities know what you did. And you are then rightfully, you follow that process that needs to be done. Um, you could be protesting outside. Anybody can be. You can be called all kinds of names, but it doesn't give you the right to put hands on anybody. He could have walked away as well, but he kept going at it as well. So it kind of goes both ways. And the streamers were also streaming some of that interaction. I personally think it was for protection. If they're walking away and they're calling you names and they're following you because you're still aggressively throwing things, which is what we were seeing, spitting at somebody or something like that, yeah, it needs to be, you need to be aware of what you're doing. I also feel like if you're truly sorry, you turn yourself in. Now, clearly, he has some mental health stuff that he needs to address because, he's making threats about he's put in there that it's his last day on earth. I truly hope that that's not the case for this young man and that he's able to get some help, some much needed help. But I kind of wonder too about his state of mind, whether he was drinking. I also feel like people need to not be sending him any kind of threats. You don't do that. This is counterproductive to that. You're not a hero for doing that whatsoever, and you're not helping whatsoever. That is just my opinion. Again, but if this young man is truly sorry, you go turn yourself in, sir, and you tell them exactly what it is that had happened. That's what you do. You do that. Let me also show some comments that you guys were showing on my community wall, okay? And because somebody had sent me a message that they had sent to this young man, right? And again, we saw how graphic that whole situation was. If you have not seen it, make sure you check the video out yesterday. It just progressively got worse with this young man. And so then he says, I don't have any excuses. I was in the wrong and I'm not in the good headspace right now. But I have triggers and they were just calling me names. And I'm sorry to everyone that I've already reached out to streets and apologize. I lost two of my closest friends. First of all, did he reach out to streets? I'm not really sure. Streets hasn't really said anything. I do I sympathize if he has truly lost two of his friends 2 days ago, and I have a lot going on in my life right now. I'm so sorry for your loss, of course, but and I'm sorry for all that you're going through. And then he says, I don't use that as an excuse, just wanted to let you know my headspace is fucked and I let it get to me. I respect streets and the whole movement. I'm sorry I handle it this way. Well, is he aware of the movement? Does he know about the movement? Now, buddy, turn yourself in. And maybe what you could do is, see if you can help with the protesting. Maybe that's a way to remedy the situation. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments about this. Some of you guys felt like this wasn't an authentic apology, that he needed to turn himself in, like I had said. A lot of y'all feel that he needs to turn himself in. This is not an authentic apology. He says, somebody said that this is not an apology, it's a faux apology. Somebody made this really good point, said that this is just BS trying to avoid a felony charges and impact on his business. Adults behaving like he adults behaving like he did have serious consequences. I would not forgive this clown. It wasn't his first circus act. And then, of course, social media being social media, folks got together and found out that this young man has other very similar charges. Yeah, his charges would be of a felony. I mean, you don't do that. He ran back onto the LA poop after he ran back into the restaurant after he did what he did to streets repeatedly. Repeatedly. Absolutely. I think that an apology is up to streets to decide, of course, but a lot of this played out on social media as well. So I'm kind of wondering what your thoughts are about the matter, of course. Somebody said, shout out to Mexican long hair. He said, I take him at his word, but that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve some consequences. Pay Streets medical bills, absolutely, because Streets is going to need some surgery, y'all. He's going to need some surgery, okay? Because that nose is broken. And my understanding from what I heard, from what the streets, the social media streets said, that shit is not repairable. So, and I'm sorry, his nose is not repairable. So, I'm gonna need some medical bills, go through some anger management courses, I believe a psych eval, what you need. Clearly, he's been through some loss. Maybe he needs some support and evaluation. I think even streets would be okay with that. We are we are a forgiving society as we should be. You know, shout out to the Mexican long hair account here. I think he has a channel. Shout out to him. So yeah, like we need to kind of keep that in mind. But some folks do feel a little bit different. Protest, like I said, you can't blame the protesters for, they're outside. So if somebody is protesting, and this has happened before, maybe I'm in a building where I shouldn't be, and I didn't know, and then I got all kinds of names. Does that give me the right to go hit somebody? It doesn't. It doesn't give me the right to go do anything. It doesn't take any consequences away from me. It sounds like he's been through some loss. He's also threatening. Truly hope that this young man gets some support that he needs because he's threatening from his message that this was his last day on earth. I mean, you know what that means for those that can pick up what he's saying. I don't like that. I definitely feel like that if you're sorry, for what has happened, you do the right thing. Go to the police, let them know what happened, tell them that you're the man in the social media video, turn yourself in because clearly they were looking for you. They were looking for you, sir. And if anybody is in contact with them, please send them this video and let them know they're looking for you. That is the right thing that you do. Find it in your heart. Okay. You're not the only one out there. You are not alone. There's a lot of support for you out there, but you also need to do the right thing in this situation, which is do the right thing, be charged, do what you got to do whatever time it is that you have to do, and help support streets with whatever medical bill he's going to need because this right here, it's not okay. And we all saw the video. All right. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rabbits out. Bye, guys.